So welcome back. It's time for Macedonia to adopt the euro. I'm here in front of the central bank of the Republic of North Macedonia. It's beautiful old Yugoslavian building. Here is the central bank monetary decision are made for Macedonia. But in reality, the Macedonian dinar, that's the name of the currency, is pegged. Pegged means fixed to the euro already since the euro started and before probably to the German mark. It's 1 to 60 and a bit, and this is stable. So nominally it's the dinar, but in reality the currency system, it's already integrated. And with the high level of digitalization adopting the euro, I repeat, not joining the eurozone, that's only for EU members, but now unilaterally in 2021 to make the decision by the end of the year and then to issue the euro notes in the beginning of 2021 or in April. There can be some transition period to have two currencies parallel, and then by 2022, probably in June, it can be easily completely euroized. That means similar like Kosovo and and Montenegro, North Macedonia, and I also do the same proposal for Albania, can be in the euro more or less fully. That means not the eurozone, so the governor will not go to Brussels or Frankfurt as a big man, but it will, or she actually, but it will be the unilateral adoption, and this will be on the role model like Kosovo and Montenegro. There's many advantages for that, and I will now in this video explain exactly why this is politically, economically, and also for peace the most important decision Macedonia must make now, and must make now very fast in these October elections, to raise the issue and then to campaign on it already, and then to do it fast. It's important for peace, it's important for the stability of the Macedonian economy, it's important for EU accession, it's important also to bypass many of the resistance, and it's important for this beautiful country. Allow me to make a short tour again. Here you see one of the shopping centers, here the cross at the Vodno mountains, and also this beautiful, maybe the full circle. I walked a bit, I hope I'm not too sweaty, and I will explain now all details in step by step, the arguments why this central bank and the government has to make this important decision for the change of the currency, the numbers, basically just the few. And let me make first the case. Now with this peace agreement of Prespa in 2018, it was very clear that there must be a big thing happening now for the people. And it happened in a way institutionally, NATO membership. For the people itself, very little. The economic system doesn't change with NATO membership or with peace with Greece, with the name change. The economic system has not really had any positive effect. It actually then came the Corona shock and this triple shock of Macron and double Borisov strikes hard against, in the name of Russia, against Macedonia, and then we are in this mess. So for the people economically it has not really changed anything to the better. On the contrary, they're living in this crisis now. And so there must be an economic, visible kind of sign of hope and progress, and that is only the euro, which can be the visible symbol that Europe is serious and accession is happening and progress in tangible terms, which everybody can see in its daily transaction of the currency is happening. And so it must be the euro now for North Macedonia. That's one of the technical arguments, and one of the economic arguments, and one of also the arguments of hope, because here people lose hope after these triple hard strikes of Macron and the Bulgarians twice against this country, after we have all invested so much into the progress of Macedonia. And when there was any other success for peace in Europe in the last 10 years since Bulgaria and since Croatian NATO and EU accession, I personally don't know them. If you have any suggestion for any bigger success than the Prespa peace, then please let me know. I don't think there is any. And we had this peace, success and the progress, and then we artificially and purposefully, Macron has sabotaged it, and the Bulgarians hit hard, backed by the Russians again against Macedonia in a populist trend. Nobody could stop, or nobody wanted to stop, because we are rudderless and hapless now, shifting in this crisis of the post-Merkel years. And so we are in this mess today, and it's an important mess after the progress in 2018. So That's so far for the proto-political issues. Yeah? Then obviously let's also come to the big issue why it matters for peace. It matters for peace because with Macedonia Euroizing, Serb voters will recognize. Yeah? With Macedonia Euroizing, the Albanian voters, hopefully also there will be wisdom, and in this coalition government I'm calling to adopt the euro in both countries, that will be very visible for the Serb middle class. And obviously I call as well for the Bosnian central bank to euroize now exactly in the year 2022. And then the three countries which are missing together with Croatia and Bulgaria, you know, they are adopting the euro now. Then all the countries are coming together to the euro and only Serbia will be outside. And here I propose the deal, and it's very important and it's not funny, the deal for Serbia to get the euro immediately for recognition of Kosovo. The price for peace, the Europeans can do the tool for peace, that is the euro. And it is the tool for peace, it was from the beginning. When you know about European history, the Werner Plan in 68, yeah, and also the whole agreement. Listen to the interview with Mr. Jung and I have made about Helmut Kohl's deal for peace and German unification post-Cold War, when it came to the question of having the euro faster before political union as a price for the French to accept German unity and EU enlargement. Unity has a price. It was the euro. Germany was ready to pay it. Yeah? The euro is also a good currency. Maybe the mark was better. Definitely, normally you go for political and fiscal union first before you go for currency union. We did it the other way because it's this tool for peace and it's this tool for unification, and we made it. And the same principle applies now for the Balkan. And this is what we as Europeans, as EU, can offer to the Serbs, yeah? The euro. And some will say the euro is making everything more expensive. Yeah, that's only blah blah. Look at the prices. Look at the prices for petrol and for food and for everything has already European prices. Yeah, in the Balkans, everybody is paying. It's just the salaries which are not Europeanized. Yeah. So with the euro, also this will happen because it will be a price clarity, it will be efficiency, it will be price transparency, and that will also lead to the price being approximated, and also by time the wages will increase according to the European system. And this clarity in price transparency is something very important in economics, and I'm sure everybody here knows. Good. Of course, the euro in principle is a very good currency, but also let me make the case to be in a boat, yeah? To be in the common euro boat. Now we have printed many trillions of euros in the crisis, so there is of course the asset inflation in Europe. It's much better for the countries to be inside this boom boat than to be outside and to fall further back. That means more people have to leave to be on the ship. So the people in the Balkans either run to Europe, or we take the Balkans in the Eurozone as well, in the Euro prosperity area. Not in the zone maybe, but to have the euro as a unilateral currency, which has its limitations when you do it like this. I understand that. Yeah? It's not the same like being in the Eurozone. But on the other hand, the advantage is you can do that unilateral. You don't have to ask Mrs. Lagarde. And if the Europeans are angry, what shall do? Send the tanks, send the aircraft, we don't have. Yeah? So anyhow, they can of course stop the funding. Yeah, they can definitely send Macedonia in bankruptcy, but they will definitely not do that because they will not be able to make any such decisions so easily. And there will be many friends out there who support this. And it's important as well from the side to overtake the Bulgarians and to impose yourself on Europe, to gate crash into Europe. That's also very important because you have to show as Macedonian elite that you are much more European than the Bulgarians. You have to win their hearts and their minds, said war or whatever, battle in Brussels and in Washington. And what you can do obviously, and doing the euro, makes you a lot of friends ultimately because you show you understand the European project. You will be not the Orban to wait or the Romanians to wait 20 years. No, you do it. You do it straight, and we will have no issues with Macedonia anymore on that one. And that's very important. So that's also a sign of Europeanness. And it's anyhow in the EU contracts and in the treaties, when you join the European Union, you have to adopt the euro. and join the Eurozone when you're ready. And by the way, Macedonia is fiscally in a quite good position. Despite the crisis, they have managed the public finances well, and so congratulations. So it's also not a problem on that one, like it is, we have more issues with Montenegro, for example, or with Croatia. Good. I talked about peace, about economics, about Serbia, why it matters, about regional integration. I talked about Bulgaria. I think I covered many reasons why this must be done. Is there any reasons not to do it? Yeah. Of course, there is strong patriotism, let's say, for the Dina in Serbia and for the lake in Albania. Is there such a strong patriotism for the Dina in North Macedonia? Now, in the Ohrid, not in the Ohrid, in the Prespa agreement, they have made the agreement to print now new money. That means the North Macedonian Dina. It will be anyhow new printed money. Yeah? So, is there so much patriotism for that? The Albanian minority, I think they are much more interested in the euro future. Yeah. What is the dinar for them? Yeah, okay, it's the currency of the state they live in, but have they any love for it? I don't think so. The Macedonians, yeah, if they are from the center left, yeah, maybe, I don't know. The center right or this conservative nationalist party, whatever the Würmer wants to call itself, the EPP member party here, which had a difficult phase, let's say, the last 10 years. Nevertheless, that's not the issue of this video, but they really want to have the dinar of the Republic of North Macedonia. They never liked this deal in Prespa and North Macedonia, the name change. Yeah? So what will be the dinar of North Macedonia for them? A provocation or something to love? So I think it's really also there not so much support. And why to have a transitionary currency now issued is a mystery for me anyhow. I think it's much better going straight for the euro. And if we would have some courage, yeah, we would have done that already in the Prespa agreement immediately. Sign it, incentivize everybody, have it euroized, so then Macedonia, North Macedonia has the same currency as Greece, as Bulgaria, as Kosovo, as hopefully Albania, as Montenegro, yes, and as all Europe, and maybe as well for Serbia. My argument is the most important, I think, about the peace with Serbia, because this is the only thing we can easily offer to the Serb middle class, and we can credibly offer if we do it for Macedonia, Albania and Bosnia. We can say, here Serbia, make a decision. It will be huge riots in Belgrade and in Niš and in Novi Sad, maybe less in Novi Sad, but there will be riots in Serbia when Vučić imposes the recognition of Kosovo through the Parliament of Serbia. If he is ready for that, we have to give him something. NATO membership, not so attractive for Serbia. EU membership, fast, it's impossible, because there is a lot of things which really need to be improved. It's not something you can give easily, like I give it. Must be ready, like Macedonia, like Montenegro, and as to much extent also Albania is. You must be ready geostrategically, first of all, but also regulatory-wise. Yeah? So what is important, what we can do, is the euro for Serbia. Especially if you do it now, zack, at this kind of Albanian, Macedonian and also Bosnian level. And then obviously everybody has some friends, everybody in Serbia, they know Bulgaria, they know Macedonia, they know Croatia, they know Slovenia. That's very meaningful there for them. They know Bosnia, they have relatives there, they do business there. They know, of course, the euro from Germany, Austria and from everywhere else where they live and work, as so many of them do. So ultimately this is then the tool for peace. Some people don't like it, maybe it will be never accepted. Okay, good, but it's an offer. We can do that. And that matters very much. Put it on the table to Vučić and to the Serb population. Go to the media in Belgrade and make an official proposal, Mrs. von der Leyen. Say, here is the euro if you recognize. Here, euro, here recognition of Kosovo. And then everybody will be, ooh. But deep in their mind, the Serbs are like all human beings. Yeah? They are rational beings, and they say, okay, good. Some of them might burn some embassies. It will anyhow happen. And maybe tragically, hopefully not, there will be the security provided. But some of them will say, okay, that's a reasonable thing to do. There is some wisdom here. There's something in for me. There's something in for everybody in the Balkans. Yeah? And then obviously political unification and membership can happen once the moment has come, and once there is also compliance from Belgrade with foreign policy issues and with other issues which are also very important. But once you are in the euro, then obviously the future is clear. You will not attack Bosnia and Kosovo militarily when you have the same currency. There is peace in Europe by the currency of the euro, and that's, I think, very meaningful. And that's can he start, in my view, it can start here from this building, from the Central Bank of Macedonia. I appeal to the authorities here, do it for peace, do it for economics, do it for unification, do it for the integration of your future, and do it for the future of your children. And then we are in one boat, one system, one currency, lifting up everybody to new levels of prosperity, of opportunity, of common system of savings, of security, of regulatory alignment, of investment, of prosperity. I think that's very good, yeah. And of peace, of course, and that's the most important. That's why we have Europe. That's how we built it. And that's how the Americans actually introduced the Western German mark, backed by the US dollar in 48 in Western Germany, and set the stability for the economic miracle of Western Germany. And luckily here, stability was done by the currency back after the wars here, and that was very good. But now, on a similar courageous next step, it's time to adopt the euro in North Macedonia, and I call for that, and I call for that now. Please take that very seriously. It's very serious, yeah. It's a question of peace. And if you have listened to other statements recently, activities of Russia in Bulgaria, also in Macedonia, they're active, yeah. That we won the battle for NATO membership and for prosper peace, yeah, is not that we won all the issues here. We have to be courageous, bold, and decisive, yeah. And this is the next level. This is doable. This can be done, and this must be done now. And this is the road to peace. Macedonia, please help Europe, help your neighbors, help yourself, adopt the euro, and go the next courageous level towards peace and prosperity, unified in Europe. And in 2024, you can then join and vote for the European Parliament. Okay, maybe it will not be so easy as I say, but I've seen it with my own eyes in Croatia in 2013, in Slovenia in 2004, and they were all members of the Yugoslavian failed state and terror regime in the past, and they are now member of NATO like you, and of the EU as well already. And Macedonia and Montenegro can as well, and also Albania, but at least 4 of the former Yugoslavian republics in the EU in 2024. I mean, that's so historic and so meaningful. I cannot understand that anybody who is with his open eyes in the last 30 years in Europe, not thinking that this is really an amazing idea. And if you're worried for the euro, then better worry for the trillion package we have given, or for other crises. We are strong enough for that. We can do it, and we have to do it. And I call for the euro in North Macedonia now. Please, for peace, for the euro. Help us, help yourself. Let's get it done. Euro as North Macedonia now.